Hello guys, and welcome back to another Tweaker Man video. So I've had quite a lot of new music in, especially over the festive season. So this is a very nice album, the first one here, Incognito, the 30th anniversary concert with special guests. So this has been cut from a 2448 high-res master. So, and this is direct metal mastering. So it doesn't say who's done that, what mastering engineer, but it sounds really good. It really does sound good. So that's the front cover. So we'll nip to the back cover and then we'll go into the gatefold. So this is the back cover and these are the track listings. Bit of reading for you there. So there's 4 tracks on side A of disc 1, 4 tracks on side B, and then on disc 2, 4, and then 3. So I've never had anything from Incognito before. Love the group, really good. So this is the first album that I've dived into. So let's take a look at the gatefold. So these are all the band members and all the guest players on here. So at the top there you've got Bluey, who is the main part of Incognito. So you probably have heard of Bluey. He's just done another album with another guy. Now I can't remember the name of it offhand, but it's annoying when they don't tell you who's mastered it. But so down here so you got recording and mixing Oscar Bell, Kevin Amos. So it's but there's nothing about the mastering of it. So this was recorded on August 2009 at the O2 in London. 30th anniversary concert. Are these all the other members there? There's lots of great reading. So let's take a look at one of the LPs now. So standard black vinyl, 180 gram, not a blemish on it. Comes in a nice polyline sleeve. So they've done a nice job of this album. So I'm really pleased. Yes, I highly recommend this album. You should check it out. So let's move on to the next one. So I forgot to say, sound quality wise on this album is really good. I'd give this 8.5 out of 10. Now the next album is superb. Okay, if you haven't heard of this artist before, Joanne Shaw Taylor, the blues album, you've got to check this out. It's really good. This was produced by Joe Bonamassa and Josh Smith. This is on 180 gram vinyl. It's a really good blues album, this is. And this has only just come out. I knew nothing about her. Popped into Black Circle Records and David said, you got to check this album out. It really is good. So I picked this one up. So let's take a look at the track listings at the back of it. So this is the track listings there. So we've got 6 tracks on side A and 5 tracks on side B. Okay, these are all the band members down here. So Joe Bonamassa is on guitar vocals on track 5. And it does say who's mastered this. Mastered by Eric Bollinger at the Bakery Mastering, Culver City, and I think that's Canada. So lovely album. Yeah, really good. Sound quality wise, I'd give this 8 out of 10. It's not an audiophile pressing, but it is quite good. So let's take a look at the LP itself. So this is on standard black vinyl again. It comes in a polyline sleeve, which is for me an essential. I think every album should come in. A lot of them come in paper sleeves that over the time scratch the LP going in and out. So, but no, this is another fabulous album. So don't forget to check this one out if you can. So let's move on to the next one. So the next album here is Nina Simone and Her Friends, an intimate variety of vocal charm. Now this has been mastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Sounds, and this is a fabulous album. The sound quality, I'm going to give this straight away 9 out of 10. This really is a lovely album. So let's take a look at the back at the track listings. So here we have the track listings. There you go. Some of the tracks are sung by Nina Simone, others are different artists. So this doesn't say on here that this has been cut by Kevin Gray, but it says it on the front there. Still on the sticker. I haven't removed the outer sleeve yet because I've run out of the vinyl outer sleeves that I like putting LPs in. I've got an order in for some more, so I'm waiting for them to turn up at the moment. So this is on Bethlehem Records. This is a high fidelity recording, and this sounds wicked. So let's take it out the sleeve and show you the LP itself. So here we have the album itself, the record, and it's a transparent green colour, an emerald green I think this is, and it comes in a really nice thick vinyl sleeve. So you know that automatically this is an audiophile pressing just by the way that they've put it into that type of sleeve. So so you get another inner sleeve as well, a paper one that's got loads of information on, and this is where it tells you in this that this has been cut by Kevin Gray. So this is the other side of the paper sleeve, and as we scroll down to here, you can see there, cut by Kevin Gray, Los Angeles. Oh, and the CA is California, I think. So that's where that comes from. Yeah, this really is a great album. You definitely need to check this one out. So let's move on to the last record. So the next album is Still Rising, Gregory Porter. Now this is his latest album, and I was a little bit disappointed with this album. And it wasn't for the fact that, of the sound quality or the music that's on it. It's just the amount of music that's on it, which I'm going to explain in a minute. So let's take a look at the track listings at the back of this. So I was expecting this album to have the track that he did with Moby, Natural Blues, on it, and also Dry Bones, which was his latest single that was out. And for some reason it hasn't. It's only got 7 tracks on it, which I find really annoying. Now, when I asked David to get me this, and it turned up, it's not his fault, but it's just... So then after that, I discovered another album, which I'll show you in a second. Anyway, let's have a look at this album. These are the track listings on there. And some of these are tracks that have been... which were on other albums that he's put onto this album. So there's only a couple on there that are new. There you go. It doesn't say who's mastered this either, which I do find a tad annoying sometimes. But let's take a look at the LP itself. So this is just a paper sleeve. It's got the great man Gregory on the front there. From Blue Note, I'd expect it to have a polyline sleeve, really. So let's turn this over a minute. So the opposite side is just Still Rising with Gregory Porter wrote on there, printed. Let's take the record out of the sleeve. So here we have it. It's just a standard black pressing. It's not even 180 gram. Not that that makes the slightest bit of difference to me, because I think that's just another part of the vinyl revolution that people have been saying 180 gram audiophile vinyl when it isn't. It's just a thicker LP. So, but there we have it. So that's that album. So the next album is going to be the same as this album, which I'm going to show you now. And before I go any further, this album I would give 8 out of 10. It's not an audiophile pressing, but it sounds great. So let's show you the next album. So here we have the next album, Gregory Porter on a double CD, Still Rising. And let's look at the track listings on the back of this. So here we have it, 34 tracks. So I'm a bit miffed by this. We've got all the tracks on there that I wanted as well, plus a hell of a lot more, a lot of duets. This is a fabulous album, absolutely fabulous. This one is a fabulous album as well, but it just hasn't got enough tracks on it for me. So let's have a look at the inside of this CD. So this is just a standard CD. Still sounds really good. And the reason why I bought this on CD as well is because my digital side of the system has become really, really good now. So I'm putting the Sony Sacd player, just for playing CDs, I'm putting it through the Roxanne K3 DAC. I'm using a pure silver digital interconnect onto pure silver interconnects, and it is sounding fabulous. I've really got it sounding very analog sounding as well. And since I've been cleaning all the discs, they've on that machine that I've got, they really are sounding really good. So I've made an executive decision for this year to buy most standard pressings, which tend to not be that great. A lot of them are using poor quality vinyl. So much clicks and pops, it drives me mad. I tend to sit there listening to the music and focusing on more the background noise than I do the actual tracks, because it really annoys me. But not for audiophile pressings. Audiophile pressings are still going to be bought on LP. So and the beauty of it is I can get more albums in for the price. So this album I think was £20. This album was a tenner, £10, which is like half the price. Now this CD sounds equally as good as this LP, but no background noise. So some of you may not like me saying that, but that's what I'm doing for now. So I've got a stack of CDs here that I'm going to show you now, so stay tuned. So the next CD here is one my daughter bought me for Christmas, which is the 20th anniversary of Dire Straits Brothers in Arms, and this is on Sacd. So let's turn it over to the back. So everybody's familiar with this album, and if you're not, where the hell have you been? So now this isn't the Mobile Fidelity version. This is just the standard version, but it does sound really good. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10 for sound quality. It really is good. You can play it in 5.1 or 2 channel. So obviously I can't play 5.1, so I just put it on the 2 channel on the disc player. And the disc player itself doesn't go through the Roxanne DAC for playing Sacd. It's just straight off of the player, and this player is pretty good at playing Sacd. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with this album. Let's have a look at undo the box and take a look at it. So this is the disc itself, and as you can see, it's got a gold colour to the back of it. So you know it's an Sacd. It's got that sort of gold colour opposed to the aluminium colour. So I'm going to be collecting Sacd as well. So if I can't get it on, what I'll be doing is I'll be also buying it on Sacd if I can as well this year. So let's have a look at the back of here, and it tells you who's mastered this there. Can you see that there? Mastered by Bob Ludwig at Master Disc, New York. So all in all, yeah, really good album. 9 out of 10. Highly recommend it. It's not that expensive. $11.99 I think it was. So I can't compare it to the Mo5 version, which I'm sure would be even better, but I haven't got that version. So let's move on to the next album. So the next album here on CD is Let It Be by the Beatles. This is the new one that has just been done by Giles Martin. So let's have a look at the inside of this. Oops. Here we go. It's pretty simple. Right, let's have a look at the track listings at the back. So here are the track listings. If you're not familiar with this album, Where Have You Been? Obviously, if you're not into the Beatles, forget that. So this is a fairly good sounding disc. 8 out of 10. I'll give this for sound quality. Let's look at the booklet now. So this is the booklet that comes with it. Photos. Now the thing I don't like about CDs as much as LPs is you get a tiny booklet, and it's not the you don't get the fabulous artwork like you do with an LP, but you can't have everything. Right. And at the back here, we'll get to the back. This has been obviously produced by Giles Martin and stereo mastering engineer Mike Showell. So that's who's mastered this, or should I say remastered it. Right, so yeah, that's another good album. So let's move on to the next one. So this next album, Oasis, live at Knebworth, 1996. Well, my wife was actually at this concert. This was before we got together. So she was actually there on one of the days. So let's open this up and show you. Well, actually, let's go to the back first to see the track listings, and then we'll open it up. So my wife said she was probably there on the 10th of August, which was the Saturday night opposed to the Sunday night. It even tells you the ticket prices there. These are the track listings. So let's open this up and see in the inside. So this is a double CD. This is the sleeve opened up. Got a nice picture there. So let's turn this over to the inner part. So you can see here, this was mastered at Sterling Sounds. So you'd expect this to be, you know, quite good to come from them, but I found the sound quality on this disc not to be that good actually. I can only give this 7 out of 10, and I've cleaned it. I cleaned it meticulously about 6 times, and it still doesn't sound very good, this disc. Whether it sounds better on an LP, I don't know, but I weren't prepared to spend the money on the LP. I think the LP was $39.99, and this was only was something like $10.99 or $9.99, which is quite cheap, really, in a sense. I wasn't that bothered about this album that badly that I wanted to spend that level of cash on it. So, but you know, if you're into Oasis, obviously you'd probably have this already now. But if you're not, you may be better off looking at the LP of this and not the CD. So let's move on to the next album. So the next album is Herbie Hancock's Sacd. So this is a nice album. Let's have a look at this. So these are the track listings on the back of here. So this is on the Columbia Legacy, which is owned by Sony. Sony Legacy. So this is a well recorded disc. This has been obviously reissued. So let's have a look at the CD itself. So this hasn't been cleaned yet. I've only just received this, played it again. 8 out of 10. Sorry for sound quality. So let's have a look at the booklet. So here's the inner booklet there. So here we have, so this was digitally remastered by Tom Huff at Sony Music Studios, New York City. So yeah, another nice album. Pleased to purchase this. Can't remember how much this was, probably around about £10 again. Got this from HMV in Milton Keynes, I think. So yeah, so I went to a football match. I know it wasn't a football match, tell a lie. I had to take my daughter to a to look at a university down in Brighton, and stumbled on a HMV there. Lovely HMV, really big, and the amount of albums I had in there, like vinyl and CD, and they actually sold some Sacd in there as well, which is unusual, but it was a really good day, so I had a good rummage through there and picked up a few things as well. So let's move on to the next album. So this is another jazz CD, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. Okay, so this is a really good album as well. So he plays on here with Lee Morgan, Wayne Shorter, Bobby Timmons and Jamie Merritt. So let's open this up. Here we go, we've got some nice artwork in here. This is a double CD. There we go, 2 CDs. This hasn't gone through the cleaning, the ultrasonic cleaner yet. I must say that ultrasonic cleaner works really well. I didn't think it would on a CD, but there's obviously a moulding agent on these that needs to be removed, and it definitely does a very good job of doing that. It seems to lift something. It's very difficult to explain it, but it really does. But so let's have a look at the booklet here. Now I have a feeling this is on the Tone Poets on vinyl. So this has obviously been done by Don Was, spreading the jazz messengers across the planet by Don Was. So I'm not, this has got so many pages in here, I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'm just going to nip to the back to show you who mastered it. So this was mastered by Bernie Grumman at Bernie Grumman Mastering, Los Angeles, California. There we go. So this is a very well recorded CD. I'm going to give this 8.5 out of 10. If it was on Sacd, it would easily have a 9 or a 9.5, but it's not. I'm surprised they haven't brought this series out on Sacd and only brought it out on CD, but who knows. So yeah, another good album to recommend. So let's move on to the next one. This is an artist I wanted to experience for a while, but never got around to buying anything of them. Pat Metheny group, and this is A Letter From Home, this album. So let's look at the track listings. It also comes with a cardboard outer sleeve as well. So let's look at the outer sleeve because it doesn't have so much glare on the camera there. These are the track listings on there. Now this is a fabulous album. It's quite laid back. If you don't know Pat Metheny, he plays like jazz guitar. So it's got loads of. It's very laid back. Yeah, it's loads of atmosphere. It's a really good disc actually. You can always sample all these things on Spotify or one of those dreadful streaming platforms that people use now. I shouldn't say that, but yeah, I highly recommend this. That's the in the sleeve here. And I'm going to show you who's mastered this. So this is the booklet. Track listings here. And this is mastered by Ted Jensen at Sterling Sounds, New York City. So another really well recorded disc. I'm going to give this 8.5 out of 10 for sound quality as well. So let's move on to the next disc. So the next album is another Pat Metheny, Road to the Sun. And I wasn't taken as much by this album. It's just pure instrumental guitar all the way through it, nothing else, no other instruments. And I found listening to it a tad boring after a while, which I shouldn't say, but I do. It's just it was a bit. Anyway, these are the track listings on the back here. So let's open the album up. So some nice artwork in there. Now, I haven't checked out who's mastered this yet. I've only just opened this up yesterday. I had a quick listen to it. It hasn't been cleaned either yet. So let's have a see who's mastered this, if I can find out. So this is the booklet inside. Quite a nice booklet, this one. It's only a short one. These are the track listings and that. There's Pat Metheny himself there. Oh no, it's not. That's who it is. These are all the other people. And this was mastered, recorded, mixed and mastered by Pete Karam. So I wasn't, as I said, I wasn't taken by this album as much as I was by the previous one of him, but hey, it's just a part of the collection, so it shall be cleaned and stored. Right, let's move on to the next album. So the next album is a best of James Bond 007. So it's not a too bad album, this. It's there's the disc. Let's do a quick one on this. This is the double disc. So this has got to go in the cleaner as well. Sound quality wise, I find this a bit thin sounding. There's not a lot of bass going on. Here's the track listings there. So I'm only really going to give this about 7.5 out of 10, this wasn't overly taken by the sound quality. Now I have another one of these discs, identical virtually, but it was released around about might have been 20 years ago, so it doesn't have as many tracks, but that one sounds better than this one. So so that's that one. So let's move on to the other 3 albums that have not been opened yet. So this is the latest Rod Stewart album. I'm not a massive fan, but let's turn this over and have a look at the back of it. This was purchased for me. So this is the track listings on the back there. Haven't opened this up. Don't know what it sounds like yet. So just another album. So I picked up another Pat Metheny album. Have no idea what this one sounds like. I haven't had a chance to listen to it now. So Pat Metheny, From This Place. So let's turn it over. These are the track listings on the back. Again, have no idea what this sounds like, and whether it's just pure guitar on its own, I do not know at this point. So that's that one. And last but not least, another Pat Metheny album, Side Eyes. Looks like New York City. So again, this is the track listings on the back of that. So I hope you like all these LPs and CDs today, and SACDs. I'm hopefully going to be getting some more stuff up soon. Just had a very busy time up to Christmas. That's why I uploaded for a couple of weeks. So I'll hopefully be getting something up in the next few days again. So all I've got to say is thanks for watching another Tweaker Man video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to press that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And thank you for watching, guys.